Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Henshins. So today we're doing another different type of video than all the usual Toku content. You can see that perhaps my Star Wars stuff wasn't as well received for some reason. I don't know why I didn't have nearly as high views as my episode reviews do for the different shows for Rider and Sentai, but that's okay. I'm not going to stop doing them. I'm going to do whatever content I'd like to put on the channel, clearly. And not to be negative, it's just I want to kind of expand out and it not only always be Toku. Like, that'll be the main focus, but there's also going to be little side things that will have other content. Um, so, Today, I'm doing a bit of a review and giving my thoughts, talking about my experience with the Digimon Vital Bracelet Digivice V. So that's that right there. Little Volkna right there. Symbol and everything from the show. If you guys don't know, the most recent running series of Digimon called Digimon Ghost Game is currently running right now pretty good, and it has the Digivice V is the Digivice of the season, so it's like a cross promotion thing where like the show has it and that's their Digivice in the show, and then on top of it, it's a real thing you can get and what have you. So when the original release came out, it was a Japan only release. I got it through Amazon Japan. Only came with the Gamamon, what are called dim cards. I'll show you what those look like in a second here. Right here. So these, oops, my stuff to fall out of here. So these are the dim cards. I can get it to focus. These are the dim cards here. I have three right now. I have the Gamamon one, I have the Gilmon one, and one that came with this holder, the Dynasty of the Evil dim card. So each dim card has one egg attached to it. When you lock it into the side of the Vital Bracelet right here, on the side is a little cover piece you pull out and put the dim card in. They're just like little flashcards. They give you an egg. The egg hatches, and you train that Digimon all the way from in training to from baby to in training to rookie, and then all the way up from there. The cool thing with it is the requirements you need to meet to make it evolve into whatever stage you'd like to make it evolve to in whatever form in that stage is completely reliant on how active you are. So the way it works is it's kind of like, if you don't know what this is, it's kind of like a fitness tracker, like a Fitbit, combined with Digimon, basically like a VPET. And so the more active you are, gaining what are called vital points, the more likely you'll get certain evolution paths over others. Most of the requirements center around your vital points, how many victories you've had in battle. There's like an adventure mode little thing you go through that based on like steps and stuff. You like will meet basically Digimon of the same Digivolution line like on that card, and you'll fight them, and then if you win, you get a victory clearly, and also your number of trophies that you get from different activities. There's different activities or special missions or hard missions, what they're called, and they'll have you do like squats for a while or crunches or punches or whatever. And yeah, in a certain way, you can just jerry rig the system and just shake it a bunch really hard, and then that'll give you what you need. But when you actually do the thing it's asking for, it tracks it correctly. If you actually dash for 20 seconds straight and really like go pretty fast and pretty hard with it, you get the trophies you would get for it. You either get times 1 trophies or times 2. You get 1 or 2 trophies depending on your rating and how well you fill the meter. There'll be like a little circular meter on it, and once that fills, then you'll sit there for a second, and then if you keep going past that, or for a few more seconds, if you keep going past that with that activity, you'll get what's called a great rating and 2 trophies. And certain evolution paths, like I said, will need a certain amount of trophies to get them. That's at just the rookie to champion stage. From champion onward, you'll need victories, trophies, your vital points, and a certain win percentage. So like, let's say you've had 10 fights altogether and you've won 8 of them. That's an 80% win chance, basically, or win rate overall. And there are ways to mess with that too. Like if you really want to get through evolutions quick, what you can do is just keep doing stage 1, because the higher level you get, clearly being from rookie to champion to ultimate to mega, you're going to be wiping the floor with just a rookie that you're going to fight at level 1. And that counts for the victories. So that's what I kind of did to get through. I just got the Gilmon card recently, and got Gallantmon. Now I'm going back through again to get Gallantmon Crimson mode because I love Tamers. We'll talk about that in another video. But it's a really cool system. I had it. I used it when it initially came out, and I did it for a while, and I got Gallantmon up to his ultimate, which hadn't been revealed at that point in the show, but it did in the card. If you didn't know, spoilers, it's Canon Weissmon. And the show has gotten to that point already, so it's not that big a spoiler. and then got them to one of the megas they put on there. They weren't going to spoil the mega on there, but one of the megas on there. And then I kind of stopped because I was like, I guess that's the way they kind of get you, is to get you to, okay, you got that gym card, well, buy another one. And I was looking at them, and some of them were just not, they were kind of like iffy priced. They were just pretty high, priced pretty high. And I was like, I'm all right. So I kind of give up on it for a while. And then different life stuff happens, you know, you kind of sit around too long telling yourself, oh, I'm going to work out, I'm going to get fit, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden you gain some weight back. We were living with my in-laws for a while, and it was over the winter. I wasn't really having the motivation to go outside in the cold and work out and stuff. And so I gained weight, and, you know, it's human. It happens. It's natural, whatever. No body shaming around here. But I got to the point recently, I was like, you know what, I want to work out again. I want to get Henshin Fit, like I was doing last summer on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, last summer I did a thing called Henshin Fit, where I wanted to lose so much weight that I would actually fit better into my drivers, to putting my drivers on for my Henshin videos. So I brought this thing back out, and I looked online, and lo and behold, there's a sale on a bunch of the cards, a bunch of the dim cards on Amazon. Were like a certain percent off, 30-40% off. And so I got the Gilmon card, and then eventually the strap extender here, the larger strap for it, which is much better. The initial releases strap is mainly for children or just some Japanese people who are smaller than Americans, because my wrist is chunky. I got some chunky, thick boy wrists, THICC wrists. So I got that and the dim card holder, and it's really fun. It's really cool to, you know, be able to kind of go on this journey with your partner, and the more active you are and the more that you do with having an active effect on the Digimon. I love that connection there. I really like that part of it. I do think that the battle system thing is a little wonky, mainly because when a battle happens, there's nothing you can do to affect it other than the items you can get from the companion app on mobile phones. There's an app called the VB app or VB Lab or something like that. And it's where you can transfer back and forth your Digimon. Like if you get, you know, one done, you can transfer that back to the app and then just put the dim card in again and get a new egg and then start over. If you want to like fill out that whole dim card, and then it tracks your progress. That's what's cool, is you click on it on the app and it'll show you each dim card you've used, and it'll show you your progress on it. So it's kind of cool if you want to fill it out like a Digidex basically, or like a Pokedex type situation. It's kind of cool to see all your progress and all the ones you found. And they're doing a really good job of picking dim cards to do that are based off of either A, like Digimon people, like fan favorite Digimon people love, or B, off of like lines people have wanted to see for a while. Like the one I have that's Dynasty of the Evil, that just has a bunch of the evil Digimon in it. So like, I know Wizardmon wasn't really evil, but Wizardmon's in there, and then eventually there's Balmon, Beelzemon 2010 from Digimon Fusion. There's Neo Vamdemon, like a bunch of different ones on there. And it's really cool because now the app's been out so long and the Vital Bracelet's been out so long, the Digivice V is the next like level up from the original Vital Bracelet, if you will. And there's a lot of quality of life things to it. And yeah, it's a really cool kind of, you know, cross-promotion-y, you know, multimedia thing where like the show has it as the Digivice. You can physically carry it around and do things with it. I don't know specifically in Japan if it's selling awesome with kids, if there are a bunch of kids that are like, yay, let's bring our Vital Bracelets with us and blah, blah, blah. But I really like it. I like the design of it. I like that this has like the little Volkna right there is what it's called, the little 3 triangle symbol right there, which is a big part of the show. We don't know why, but it's a big part of the show and like what they're doing for it lore-wise. And it's just a unique Digivice to go with, because usually a Digivice is something handheld. It's always like a little thing you hold here, whatever. I know that in some of the like mangas and stuff like that, or Chinese manhwas, it's like a wrist-mounted thing, but like it's been a while that we've had like truly like in the anime an actual wrist-mounted Digivice. Just the same way I like in Sentai when they change things up, or Rider, where it's not always a belt, or it's not always a gun, or it's not always a, you know, a phone or whatever. But functionality-wise, I think it's really great. I'm not, like I said, the biggest fan of the battle system in terms of what's on the dim card for adventure mode. Unless you're like getting a bunch of what are called vital or like VB points or whatever the points or coins are on the app, and using those to buy items to give your Digimon. But then it makes it difficult because you have to transfer your Digimon you're currently working on to the app, give them the item, transfer them back to your device, to your Digivice V or your Vital Bracelet, get into battle, Actually, I think either it's equipped to them already or whatever, and then you can use it'll use the item automatically, which is nice. But again, I wish that there was just somehow a bit more functionality to be able to like affect battle more than just giving them like a random buff, you know. I do appreciate it, and I know that it's limited. I mean, look at the screen on this. This thing is tiny, tiny, tiny. If we can get it in here, not sure you can see that, but it's a tiny little screen there. Um, so yeah, but overall, I think it's really good. The screen brightness is really great. I really like how bright the screen is. I'm taking it off for a second to kind of show you guys. Oh, well, I'm not sure how well it's gonna show because it's really bright. Yeah, but it's a pretty bright screen, pretty decent size on it. It does have sound. I turn mine off because it's very annoying, and I have children who will be like, "Oh, what's that?" and want to like take it from me, you know. So, um, but anyway, overall, it's a really good device. I do really enjoy its overall functionality. I think it tracks your fitness decently. I think that it does a good job of like tying together a VPET along with a fitness tracker. I think that's a genius idea. I think they're really smart for doing it that way. I like that there's so many dim cards out there. There's multiple ones that are like dual pack ones, or like one that's like Agumon Gabumon, one that's Black Agumon, Black Gabumon for eventually Black Wargreymon and Black Metal Garurumon to make Omnimon Swartz. Um, there's the Tamers ones that just came out, so they're single dim. So there's Renamon, Gilmon, and Terriermon, and they're doing a bunch of them. Like there's going to be ones for coming out in this fall. I think they're starting to do the ones for Frontier with the spirits and everything. And then they're putting out some more for the what's it called? For the anime, there's going to be another version of the Digivice V coming out, and there's going to be some more dim cards. One is Ryutamon, and then this new one, Espimon, who's like this little like bear rocket thing. It looks really cool. I'll try to put that as the like image for this maybe or something like that. But yeah. So lots of dim card options out there available. Multiple places you can get them. I go through Amazon. You can go through Amazon Japan. I'm sure Mercari. eBay is a good way to do it. Sometimes Toy Collectibles has them as well. Multiple different sets of them that will come. And it's really cool, and it's really nice to be able to have like different options, and it honestly is like a really interesting game to play in a way where you're like being fit and active, but you're not feeling like you're being like forced to be like an athlete. You're just like kind of given some motivation, like, oh, do you want to get that Digimon to this level? Well, then if you run a little bit more, or if you do this, this, and this, you'll do it. So it may not be for everybody. If you're not looking to be, you know, to do a lot of fitness, you don't have a lot of time for that, or you're not really wanting to work out, or you're scared or whatever, then it probably isn't for you, and that's okay. Or give it a shot. Who knows? It might be something you're really into. I would really recommend it. I really enjoy the series. I love the franchise and most of the Digimon that are in it, and I think it's really cool to be able to kind of carry them around with you, and it's kind of cool. It's a cool variation and tweak on the formula of a VPET. If you don't know, that's what Digimon started at. It was a Tamagotchi, like VPET's what they're called. And so I like that way of doing that. And there's a lot less caring you have to do in it. Like, it's not like you have to feed them and let them go poop all the time. It's mainly just hitting your requirements in terms of vital points, victories, trophies, and whatever. But yeah, if you're into the franchise and you really like certain Digimon and you want to kind of maybe try and, you know, maybe it'll help you, for me, it helped kick me into gear to be healthier. And so if that seems enticing you to kind of tie those two things together, like I love Digimon and I kind of want to be a little bit more fit. Maybe I can get something like this. There is an English language version coming soon. This version that I have is the Japanese release, and there's some English in it, and on the app there's some English. But pretty soon they're doing the Vital Hero watch in North America. That's what the release will be called. And that will come. There are two versions. There's the Vital Hero Black and Vital Hero Blue. Vital Hero Black comes with Impulse City, or Pulse City with Impulsemon, or Pulsemon. And the blue comes with a Gabumon one, I think. And then they're also expanding beyond that, where there's some other, besides Digimon, things that you can put into it. Like there's going to be some cards based around certain anime, like Demon Slayer and things like that. They did just before this put out, I don't know how you do it. I don't know if it should be a normal Vital Bracelet or the Digivice V or what. But there are some Kamen Rider and Ultraman cards they did, and I'm sure they're going to expand past that. Maybe they'll involve Sentai at some point. I don't know. But there's a lot of different things out there for it right now, and what will be coming soon. This end of summer going into fall. But yeah, definitely check out. I'll try to list them maybe in the description of this video. If I forget to, I'm sorry. But check out Amazon, Japan, Toy Collectibles, eBay. Lots of places to look to find the device if you're interested. Battery life is good too. I wanted to mention that. Battery life, it takes from like a near dead charge, probably I'd say a good maybe 4 or 5 hours charge, and it gets a good 12 to 15, throughout the day. I will warn you, it is not water resistant in any way. If you get a few flecks of water on it, that's okay. Do not try to submerge it. Do not try to swim with it. Fitbits are different. They're built different. These are not. So do not try to swim with it. I know the Vital Hero is supposed to be not submersible, but you can get water on it and it's fine. But do not do that. I will warn you for sure. I've not done that yet with myself because I wanted to find that out first, and I did a lot of research before I got it. But I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun, and it's really cool seeing the sprites of the different Digimon. It's hard to show here at the screen and the brightness that's not catching on my camera, but they're using they're using like the sprite animations for all the characters, and they look really nice, especially when you get them to the app and you can look at them up close. The sprite animations are really, really good. So I really like those. But anyway, yeah, like I said, if you're really into Digimon, if you're trying to be more fit, you've been trying to get yourself motivated, it's definitely a thing that can tie those two things together. I think this set that I got was somewhere around 50, 60 bucks, which is about like the basic price for a basic Fitbit if you're not looking for anything too crazy. So that's the price for it. And most DIMMs now are, if they're a single DIMM, they're somewhere between, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 bucks per, depending on where you find them. You can find them cheaper in certain places than others. And some of the combo ones are a little bit more, but it just depends on where you're getting it from. So really do your research. And again, I'll try to drop some links down below where you can find some for decent prices. Total Collectibles definitely has some, eBay has some, and a few other places are selling them as well. I've not seen them physically in stores yet, but I'm hoping that once the Vital Hero releases in North America, we'll start to see them at places like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, things like that. But I recommend it. It's a lot of fun. There's lots of guides to look online and look up the Humulos, Humulos website, and they have a whole thing on basically every VFET, but they do the Vital series, and they have an entire Digivolution chart for every DIMM card if you're really interested in the requirements and what you need to get your favorites. But it's a lot of fun. It's really cool, and I really like it, and it's a nice companion piece to Digimon. If you're a big fan of Ghost Game and you're loving what you're watching, then it's kind of cool to be like, oh shit, and you have I have the same Digivice he does, whoa, So that's kind of a cool part of it. But yeah, so overall, I'd probably give it a straight 9 out of 10. I do wish that there were certain things in the app that worked a little better. I wish it was a little easier to understand how to cancel a Digivolution if you didn't know. If you want to cancel it when a Digimon's trying to Digivolve within the device, you hold the bottom button down when you see the little pulse symbol like they're about to Digivolve. You hold the bottom button down and you hold it for a few seconds and it'll cancel the Digivolution. I didn't know that, so when I just did it and I'm trying to get a Gantmon Crimson mode, I pressed it accidentally and it made them Digivolve to something I didn't want, who would never, the way I was doing it, wouldn't have been able to become Crimson mode. So be kind of careful with that. I mean, you can just transfer into your app. Every DIMM card adds a certain number of capsules to put your your Digimon into when you're not using them. I think each one is like 1 to 2 or 2 to 4 sometimes even, and you get some from some of the ranked battles you can do on the app as well. So yeah, so score wise, I'd probably, like I said, probably 9 out of 10. It's definitely, the functionality is great, battery life is great. I love the DIMM cards available so far. They're really expanding things out, and this is just the beginning. I mean, it started as a completely foreign release. They saw there was so much buzz about it and people buying it, I'm sure just even from America and in Japan, that now they're doing the English language release that'll be end of summer, like early fall, somewhere around there. And there's tons of cards. You name it, there's tons of cards out there. Even if you're not a Digimon fan, maybe wait for the Vital Hero series, and that one will allow you to have other cards that they're planning on doing with Demon Slayer and I can't remember, a bunch of animated ones they're going to be trying to do, plus you'll be able to run the Rider ones they have, Kuga, 01, plus Ultraman. There's a few Ultraman ones as well. So again, if you're just a fan of that kind of stuff in general, tying it into a Fitbit, and you've always thought maybe your Fitbit's goofy, or like Fitbits in general are like boring because you want to have something that like ties in cool characters to it, then this is probably something for you. If not, that's totally fine as well. That fitness is not for everybody, and that's okay. You have to be like comfortable with that and be okay with doing that. And that's one thing that I kind of struggled with at first, trying to be fit, was like, yeah, I want to do this, but like, kind of feeling like uncomfortable and kind of low self-esteem. But tying my love for the Digimon franchise with a fitness tracking device app together and making it like a game made it so much more fun and so much more palatable. So definitely I recommend it. I mean, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Do any of you guys have the Digivice V or the Vital bracelet? In general, let me know what you guys think, if you guys are enjoying it so far, and any other questions you might have about it. Again, I'm going to try to drop a few links in the description here to places you can get the bracelet at, and the DIMM cards. Like I said, I mentioned Amazon, Amazon.Japan, eBay, Toy Collectibles, a lot of places you can get them. And I'm sure once the Vital Hero North American release comes, there'll be more options available at other retailers like, you know, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, whatever. So, anyways, that's about it for the Vital Bracelet video here today, the Digivice V, version of it. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys stay hooked on them henchins, on the Digivolutions, on the Star Wars with the lightsabers and the pew-pews and the spaceships. Oh my god. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Champions.